Gonna be honest, Pile of Possibilities just sounds like so much fun. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be doing a bit of a TBR, and then I'm embracing the pile of possibilities, which is a term I found out some people use from a question of the day over in our Discord. And I'm like, that sounds like so much fun. And so I felt like doing some of that and just being like, here are things that I might read, even less so than a MBR. It's just kind of like, here's a big pool. That sounds like a lot of fun, and something I think I'm going to do. There are some things I definitely know I will be reading this month, so we're going to talk about those. And then we're going to do some random selection, and then also talk through what's in the pile for November and or December probably as well here too for this, because I don't have any planned December reads. So we'll call this our like rest of the year pile of possibilities. How about that? So first off, I have to mention, because I am already actively reading it, The Nameless Land by Kate Elliott. This is the sequel to The Witch Roads, and this is the second book. It's a duology, so it will be done after this book here. And I have started this. I actually meant to do this quite a bit before now, but I am loving it. The first book was excellent, and this has just started out really strong, so I'm really enjoying this, and hopefully we'll finish it very soon. This is, though, probably has just came out when this video is going to be coming out, and I'll mention too that I will be having Kate Elliott back on the channel, having her on Book Chats and Beyond on the 9th of November, and so really looking forward to having her back, and we'll talk a bit more about the series and everything else, and so look out for that. But yes, I am reading this now, and it has been excellent, so that's the first thing. And then I will be also probably pretty much right when it comes out, The Strength of a Few by James Islington, and I really enjoyed Bull of Money. I'm doing an audio reread of that actually right now, so that's, you can count that as something else that's definitely going to be done in November. But planning to get to The Strength of the Few very shortly after release, hopefully, because that's one I've been looking forward to. So new releases for November, very excited for both of them, having a whole lot of fun. And so those have been those are just ones I'm excited for. So I feel like I'm going to start the month off really well, no matter what. I do have a couple of patron picks, and then I'm still missing a couple, so there'll be a couple more books that'll be picked that I'll be getting to before the end of the year anyway, but we still have a bit of time here. But Daughter of the Empire by Raymond Feist and Janie Wirtz is the first one here. This one is picked by Heidi, and I would be shocked if I don't love this book because, A, I love Janie Wirtz. B, I really enjoyed the first Rift War books, and C, everybody seems to love this one, so I feel like I'm in for a treat. It's one though where I have not gotten around to actually doing the Empire trilogy, so I'm really excited to finally get to that one as well. And then from Jennifer, I have Fate Marked by David Estes, and so this is the first of a series here as well. And it looks pretty interesting, and nice cover here. So I don't know a ton about this one, but this is an author that I know I've heard of and just not getting around to actually reading. So I'll be interested to give a shot to that one as well. Then a few more things I'll mention, including I'm so excited for November. We are going to be doing the Book of the Damned, which is the first in the Secret Books of Paradise by Tanith Lee, and I'm so excited for more Tanith Lee in general, because I've been wanting to get to more Tanith Lee after Electric Forest. This just seems like a really interesting series. That version is an omnibus, has all 4 books, so it's actually a pretty short book. But that's the one we're going to be doing for November, so hope to have you join us. Got channels out in Discord for it already. I'll probably be starting that one pretty soon after I finish up my current stuff, but excited to get to there. And then I have this from the library and also hope to get to it really soon. The Truth of the Aliki by Moses Osei Utomi. This is the sequel to The Lies of the Ajungo, and then I will be getting to, I can't remember the title, but the third book in this, which my library has hardcovers for all of them, which is absolutely perfect, made it really easy to get and to read. I'll be doing the third one probably really soon. I've heard it's good to read them together. The first one I really enjoyed. I thought it was just a really imaginative tale, and so I'm excited to see where this goes, because I think we're going to continue to build, and then it sounds like do something pretty special. So excited about that. And then I will be completing my read of The Demon Cycle with The Core by Peter V. Brett. And I'm hoping this still sticks the landing for me. I remember it really doing so before. I did, while I loved books 1 and 2 almost maybe more than I did the first time, books 3 and 4 definitely were a little bit of a step down. So I'm hoping that we jump back up here, because that's kind of how I remember it. But I will be completing that out, and I'm looking forward to that as well. And then I will almost certainly in November, but possibly not immediately, beginning to Barriar by Lois McMaster Bujold, which is the sequel to Shards of Honor. It's not specifically, I think it's not publication sequel, but it is the like direct sequel. So it's my understanding this is the one you're supposed to read next after Shards of Honor. So I really enjoyed that, and they're very short reads, so definitely will be trying to get that in as well. Now, getting to the random selection. So you may or may not remember a couple of recent videos where they were patron requests, and I picked some books and then was trying to determine which of them I was going to read in the next bit of time. And this include one by the end of the year and one like for next year. I've not actually started any of them yet though, and so I feel like doing a random pick I think might be easier. At least just to be like, this is the one that I'm going to start with. I still would like to get to ideally all of these with making a determination one way or another, but we had in the first one, The Starless Crown by James Rollins, Lord of the Isles by David Drake, The Golden Queen by Dave Wolverton, The Gauntlet and the Fist Beneath by Ian Green, and Lies of Descent by Troy Carroll Boucher. And then the second video was Trilogies I Need to Finish, which just came out very recently, which includes Fury of the Gods, The Lonesome Crown, Tower Lord, Blade of Dream. Those are books 3, and then books 2, and then also Fury Song, the last book in the Aurelian cycle. So all of those. And so I decided we're going to get a hat and pick a name out. So this was the only hat I could actually find. That was handy. So I do have the names. I don't know if you can actually see them in there. Not really, but I have the names in there of the 5 books from the trilogies. And then we're going to draw out of the Lord of the Rings makeup bag that happened to be sitting up. That's my wife's for the second set. So let's take a pick and see what the selections will be. So these will be the first ones that I'll be reading. So we'll be planning to get to them November, December. And let's find out. All right, so from the I actually had it backwards. Apparently these are this is the first one, which is just books to start. So The Starless Crown is what I ended up picking out of here. Out of that first batch, Starless Crown, which this had a fascinating writing style. So I will be curious. And I actually just got some more books from this author as well. So that works out. We will do that one first. Now we'll pick to determine which trilogy is getting continued next out of the Lord of the Rings makeup bag. I know it's unconventional, but it'll work. Got to really dig around in there. I had 2 I could feel. Okay. Fury of the Gods. So Fury of the Gods is what we will go with for this one. All right. So these are going to be the ones that we will then pick. I do, like I said, I'm planning to get to pretty much all of these, hopefully before too long as well. But those are the 2 that we were going to start with because the hat and the bag have decided. All right, and that brings us to the pile of possibilities. Now, I grabbed quite a few books here, and now I mean, granted, it's not like I'm going to read all of this. It's not like I won't even necessarily only be picking from these, but I grabbed a lot of things that I would like to read, and I think I'm going to see how this goes and if I continue. But I think just knowing I have this pile specifically to pick out of and be like, okay, these are things that I very much can pick from and get to. I think it'll go well. So we're going to kind of see. But we're starting off with some older stuff. Because just all the backlist book club stuff, I've just been enjoying checking out some older things. So I have some mass market paperbacks to start with. A lot of these which are so short, which is also the perk. So Web of the Witch World, which is book 2 in Witch World. I was not the craziest about the first book, but I do want to specifically give this a shot, at least try this second book. I mean, it is quite short. See how I feel about it before kind of deciding if I plan to continue that series or not. We'll see how that goes. And then I have something I got recently, Charles DeLint, The Harp of the Grey Rose. This is just an author that I've wanted to get to. An author I've heard about just here and there, and I've never read anything by, so really wanted to give a shot to and try. So we have that one. And then we have a couple that were considered from the Backlist Book Club, but did not make it into the first, at least the first round of it, but I don't necessarily feel like waiting until, 2027 to get to, which includes Shape Changers by Jennifer Roberson, which is the first in the Chase Sully, and then Doriani Rising by Catherine Kurtz, which is the first in the Doriani Chronicles. So just another They're short. They're old ones that I may just try to get to. We'll have to kind of see how that goes. But those ones too also will be considering. Plus, I realized it's been a bit since I did a Recluse book, so I have the Order War, which is the fourth book in publication order for these, and I was doing publication order when I was doing these, which I think for this series is probably what I will stick with. And it'll vary for some. But so that one as well, I've put in the pile because, yeah, it's just been a little bit, and I'm interested to get back to that series. And then one to getting back to the Stephen Bruce, the Vlad Taltosh Chronicles. I have the third book. This is an omnibus, and the third book in here, Tekla, which I believe is the one that I am now on to get to. And the first two, just these are wild books. They're super different, super unique, but ones that I liked, and I am planning to continue on this series for now. And there's plenty to get through, a backlog there, so I figure I might as well continue. Then next up, we have some review copies, which I do have a lot of digital review copies too, so I'm always trying to get those fit in, usually in order, but some specific ones I have that I'd like to get to in the near future include Dragon Apostle. This is the Protectionist Book 2 by Tobias Youngblood, the sequel to Grave Covenant, which I just recently read, and that one definitely had me very intrigued. This one looks a little shorter than the first one too, so fairly short. Just read the first one recently. I'll be interested to continue. And speaking of sequels, I just got in the mail Istria, which is the next book in the Fromrear Chronicles, which is the sequel to Eluthian, which was the first book. It sent me a copy of this one because it's a different size as well here too. And so Eluthian was a lot of fun, and so excited to get to here. Another really interesting cover as well here. So some sci-fi goodness with lots of like epic fantasy style world building, which I found really fun in the first one. Then we have Proxim Station by Mike Molman, which I kind of forgot that I hadn't gotten to. And this is very short, so really I had no excuse not to get to this. And especially there were a few times last month I was looking for short books, and for some reason did not remember I had this one. So I will probably be getting to that really soon. Just because it's Mike Molman. I usually have fun with his books. And then we have, and I really enjoyed this cover. It's been on my list review copies to get to a while, but To Castle Kingside by John W. Grundy. I really like this cover as well. This one's a bit of a chonker, but has been one too that's been on my list to get to for a while. So I figure I'll put those in our pile of possibilities as well. And then we get into just these sort of random books. I just was kind of looking around and like what stuff that I wanted to get to, or some newer stuff too, just stuff that sounds good, and I made selections there. So first off, I grabbed The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. I recently got this trilogy, and I remember hearing a lot about this series, and it's The Empire of the Wolf. I remember hearing a lot about this, but I've never actually tried it, get to it, so kind of want to just give it a shot and see if this one's going to be for me since I have the whole trilogy now. Speaking of kings, we have Blood of the Old Kings by Sung Il Kim. This was just kind of a random one that I picked up. It's a translation, and I know translations can kind of be iffy on how they flow. This is one that I legitimately got just because the author's name is the name of a character on Kim's Convenience, a show that I really enjoy. So I thought that was fun. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try it for no other reason. That Prophet of Edan by Philip Chase, because I meant to get back to Edan for forever. So this is just another one of these that I did a video about trilogies I need to finish. That very much fits in there too with getting to book 2 on that one. And in fact, I think I have another one in here as well that falls into that camp that I realized afterward. Then I grabbed a couple of books by Kirsten Hall, because I have Asunder and Star Eater by Kirsten. This is an author that just writes weird stuff, but compelling and interesting stuff. And after reading a couple of her shorter novellas, I'm very interested to see what she can do with a full-length novel. So ones I'm just really curious to try as well. Next, and I hesitated to even put this on here because I feel like it's just cursed to never ever get to it, but The Ember Blade by Chris Wooding. This has been on my list forever. I actually did a video a couple of years ago, I think, where I picked this to read soon, and then for some reason just never got to it. I know a lot of people were disappointed with the sequel, and I think that's part of why I ended up just slowing down, but I really just want to try it. I've heard good things. It's supposed to be something that'll be up my alley, but it's a chonker, and while it's not like a big hardcover, one of those things. These books I've had forever that I just need to try. I kind of want to get to, so put that there. Then one that's a much more recent addition from my vacation book haul, I have Hills of Heather and Bone by K.E. Andrews. This is one, I remember hearing a ton about this, and it's an author I've not tried, and I'm just very curious. I don't know that this will be for me. The description makes, and the book itself just make it seem like I probably, it won't be, but I'm really curious to try, and so I just kind of want to give that one a shot. And then one I picked up. This was a something put on my radar from Raven. Only the Best Fantasy Novels. The Mirror Wife. By Maria Devana Headley, and it's just one that he from a group he suggested for if you're looking for something totally different. And I've read a couple that were on that list now, and that's just things I really actually quite liked. So one I'm curious to try. Just I know it's super different. I don't remember a ton of the details otherwise, but I'm curious to try. And then we have this is the other trilogy I need to get to continuing. Happy Hour in Hell by Tad Williams. This is book 2 in Bobby Dollar. Now I was a bit mixed on the first of Bobby Dollar. It's very different from the Tad Williams style of his more fantasy stuff. This is, I guess, kind of urban fantasy, but it's very different. Very, very different from his other stuff, but I'm still planning to continue, so I figure we'll put that in. And then there's a good chance of this, but I did grab my Reeve the Just and Other Tales. I started this in Short Story September, and then decided to take a break until I got this physical copy in. And so I might just kind of casually throw these in over the next couple of months because I really got burned out on just doing short stories. But the first two here were really good, and I really liked them, so I do want to continue, just probably slowly over time because I've just realized reading a bunch of short stories altogether does not work that well for me. So there you have it. That is the pile of possibilities. Now there may be, like I said, some other things, but I'm really I kind of like the idea of doing this. I might do a couple of like random selections out of here to pick a book as well, and or something, and see how that goes. To continue the bits of randomness. But I feel like I took a really diverse selection, and so I'd like to try and work my way through some of these, as well as those first stacks with picking additional books in those to get to as well, because I want to get to all of those, because they're all in similar boats. But there you have it. There's a pretty broad selection for the next couple of months. Let me know your thoughts on any of these. You can always try and convince me things I should bump up or bump down in order. I'm very susceptible to that. But let me know also what your reading plans are for the next couple of months also. That's it for this one, though. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the links in the description, as always, for the Patreon if you want to support what I do, as well as the Wizarding the Enclave Discord if you want to chat books, whether any of these books, other books, really anything at all. It's a lot of fun, and we'd love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.